So I brought some extra energy this week to the podcast. I am highly caffeinated and I'm on day, 21 of 75 hard challenge. That stuff is awesome. I'm turning into a whole new person, have a lot of extra energy. But I wanted to, I'm kind of scrolling through social media. I try not to do it that much. I always say use social media, don't let it use you. But there's shit coming down the pipe. There's going to be problems in the economy. Money's getting tighter. Inflation is going up. And this was the thing that I thought was going to be a big problem from COVID. It was just going to take a little bit longer, is the economy is going to be tight. And a lot of people are going to be tighter with their money, and they're going to spend money on things that are actually important. They actually need it. And unfortunately, massage therapists got dubbed non-essential when COVID first hit. And it really sucked that happened. And I've covered that in past podcasts, but basically money's going to get tighter for people. And if you get stuck in what I call the commodity trap, where people are just judging you based off what else is in the area, what other people charge, the hours they do, and the type of work they do, you're going to be in big trouble. And if you make that shift now and you start thinking differently and understanding that you don't want to be in a commodity trap, it's going to help you not only survive the next round of economic problems, but actually thrive and be in a whole different level than anyone else out there. So in this podcast, I talk about the traps of being stuck in a commodity and give you some real tactics that you can use right away to make sure you don't get stuck being labeled as a commodity or non-essential. I hope you enjoy the show. Welcome to the Soft Tissue Revolution, the podcast where we teach massage therapists on the verge of burnout, a new method that allows them to cut their treatment times by 50% and easily double their income. No gimmicks, just results. Back at it. Dr. Matt Maggio here. Thank you so much for stopping by and listening to the podcast. We're getting downloads from all over the place, people joining the revolution, people making some big changes, grabbing the free training. Just really making that shift from becoming a service provider to a solutions provider, understanding that you can take control of your business, you can make more money, you can work less, not have to work weekends, not have to work nights, not have to take shit from your clients, and really be a true solutions provider in your area. So let's get into it. So is your massage practice stuck in the commodity trap? This was one that I've been thinking about for a long time, and I had some conversations with people in the soft tissue revolution that are massage therapists from all over the place. And we started talking about like commodity versus like a need, or like something that truly is something that you need. I said that twice. I doubled myself there. But a commodity is something that is very available. And when you get stuck in being a commodity, these are the problems that can happen. Number one is the clients get to dictate the hours to you. Are you one of these people? And I talked to some people the other day. Are you working 6-7 days a week? Are you working nights, evenings, weekends? This is what happens when you're a commodity. You have to make yourself more available because there's a lot of other people out there that are offering the same type of thing that you are. I know you think that you're special and you think that you're a unique snowflake and your treatments are better than anyone else out there. I'm sure you are very good, but at the same time, you're still getting put in that commodity because you can't compete on every aspect. So you open up your schedule and open up it more, and you have to work a lot more. When you're a commodity, you always get shopped based off price. That sucks. You get shopped based off price, not value. And what happens is it's hard for you to raise your prices. And then you look at everyone else around you and you're like, well, so-and-so is charging this or so-and-so is charging this. This is what the standard market rate is going. And that's your problem. You're like, I'm the standard market rate. I'm not anything different. And once again, you are a commodity. Once again, your income potential is pretty much tapped. You can't really make a whole lot more money. You might be like, yeah, I'm doing really well. You can do better. There's always ways to make more money, but most people are like, yeah, I'm doing well enough and I can do that. But the other thing is like, you might just be limiting your results with your clients. If you're so booked up or you can't get people in soon enough, how are you actually getting them better? How are you actually fixing them? They need to be seen more often. And anyone that puts a limit on their income potential is just puts a limit on their growth. So are you stuck kind of being comfortable? You're like, yeah, I'm making 6, 7, 8, maybe 9, maybe 10 grand a month. But think about that money that you're making. Is it a hard 10 grand? Are you working 40, 50 hours a week? Are you burnt out? Like, that shit ain't going to last forever. And I call that the golden handcuffs, where you're like, I'm doing really good, but you know you can't keep going. That's what I talked about. Like, are you on the verge of burnout? Because you're not going to keep going how you are. And when you do fall off, you're going to be in big trouble from where you are. Once again, when you're a commodity, you're at the whims of the market. Luxury and non-essential. I know that non-essential hurts like hell, and it should hurt like hell. I talked about this on a past podcast, and I'm going to link it up. Massage therapists got deemed non-essential, and I think that's complete bullshit. But a lot of that is their own fault and the profession's fault. I'll link that podcast up. It'll help give a little more insight to what I'm talking about. But luxury and things like that, as I said in the opener, like, shit's getting tight. Prices are going up. People's money is tight. And if you're considered a commodity, something that's like relaxation, non-essential, you're going to get cut. You might not see it yet, but you're going to get cut long term. I talk about this all the time of like the real problems with COVID. And I started sounding the bell last year. It wasn't about the disease. It wasn't about sickness. It was like what the fuck it was going to do to the economy. And we're getting fucking destroyed right now. And you have to be able to change in your mind for your clients that you are truly essential. Not just like, yeah, I believe you're essential, but it's like, hey, at the end of the day, if I got an extra 50 or $100 in my pocket, am I going to use that to go out to dinner? Am I going to use that on food? Or am I going to use this on my body? Because my body is my most important thing. And you have to change that conversation with your clients. So just to recap, if you're stuck in a commodity, clients dictate the hours to you. You're working nights, evenings, weekends, holidays, all that bullshit. Your shop based off price. What if you actually raised your prices $20 or $30 or $40 or $50? Would those clients leave? Probably. But if you're actually a true solution for them, they ain't going nowhere. So clients aren't as loyal as you think, and they will shop you based off of price. Your income potential is very limited. You're really trapped at how many people you can actually help, and not being able to get this care to more people at the whims of the market. Who knows what's going to happen? But inflation's up, cost is going up, and people are going to be way tighter with their money. And if they don't think that you are essential and something that they truly need in a solution, they are not going to spend their money with you, and they are going to leave, and you're going to be in big trouble. So what to do instead? How to counter this and how to adapt when you do get stuck in the commodity trap. First off is just admit to yourself that you might be a commodity. I always say ego is the enemy, and I've been like this as well. We think that what we do is so specialized and so unique and so fucking great that people will come from all over the place and they will do whatever. And honestly, if you're charging 100, 150, $200 for 15 or 20 minutes of treatment, you are the shit, but you're probably not listening to that. So that's just the truth. And I'm not saying this in a mean way. It's just like, you still are a commodity, but that's okay, because recognizing that you are and making plans accordingly will help you avoid the trap in the future. So what to do? Seriously, niche out. I talk about niches all the time. The riches are in the niches. I talk about being a specific area specialist. Be the neck specialist, be the shoulder specialist, be the knee specialist, be the low back, be the plantar fasciitis, be the carpal tunnel, but be the specialist in your area. Specialists get paid 10 times more than generalists. And so many massage therapists, they want to do the whole body. And in all honesty, that's really freaking hard to do. And if you think you're an expert in the whole body, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I've been doing this shit for 10, 12 years, and I'm still very niched out in what I do. I only really specifically train neck and shoulder, and then low back and hip. And any practitioners that I work with, I'm like, pick a niche and stick to it, because people are going to search out for niches for specialists, and you're not going to get stuck in that commodity trap. Number 2, invest in training. Yeah, seriously. Talk about this all the time. I have free training. It's going to give you a lot of good information. It'll put you on a different level from anyone else out there around you in your entire area. But invest in training, not just the treatment side of it, but all aspects of your business, marketing, sales, etc. And learn from people and learn from someone that can teach you how to actually do it. So you aren't relying on them. And there's a couple options that you can do. You can pay somebody to teach you how to do it, but don't like hire some marketing company or some agency that's just going to do it for you. They're going to fish for you. Learn how to fish for yourself. There's these amazing things called books and podcasts and YouTube and Google that you can really invest in and start to learn. So many people just focus solely on the delivery of treatment and doing that, and they think that's it. But it's like there's so much more. There's communication, there's persuasion, there's how you charge more, how you market more, how you get your product out to other people. And there's so many free resources that you can learn out there, and you can learn how to do it yourself. But invest in yourself. Invest in training. Like, don't be fucking cheap. You know, some people are like, oh, I want to take the cheapest CEU course. What do you think you're going to get out of that? You're not even going to pay attention. The person giving you that cheap CEU course doesn't value their own shit, because if they did, they would actually charge accordingly. Like, get to someone that actually charges accordingly, because if it's the price is high, they must be offering something of value. What else do I got? Improve your offer. What does that mean? Improve what you offer. So many times we focus as therapists on the features of what we do instead of the benefits. So what does that mean? We list all our things. I'm like, well, I do this, 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 and this, and I have this training, and I have this certification, and it's just a big ego dump for you. And I've done this myself. I used to have a wall full of all my certifications and my diplomas and everything like that. At the end of the day, people don't give a shit how you fix them. They want to know that you're going to fix them. So you really need to start offering the benefits of what you do. And a breakdown of this, I'll give it really quick, just a quick 30-second thing is like, say I want to sell you a number 2 pencil. The features of the number 2 pencil are like it's wooden, it's graphite, it has a metal tip, it has an eraser. Like no one really gives a shit about it. The benefits of that is it's lightweight. It helps you easily write down your ideas. If you make a mistake, you can erase it really quickly. It's easy to transport. You have to start marketing to your clients about what you can do and how you can help, and making it that way instead of listing all the shit that you do. Because at the end of the day, nobody really cares how you fix the problem. They just want to know that you're going to be able to fix the problem. Another one that I saw, and I saw this last week when I was talking to one of my coaching clients, is start marketing yourself as performance-based, not recovery and relaxation. People will pay 10 times more for performance increase. And if you can do it quicker, you can do it faster, you're way more valuable. But so many people just focus on the relaxation side of that, the recovery side of that. That's a commodity. All in all, it is a commodity because anyone can really do it. You know, you might be able to do it a little bit better than somebody else, but nobody's actually improving function, improving performance. And when you can market that way, it puts you on a whole different level and you become that solutions provider. So I guess the take home from this week's podcast is like just coming to terms with what's going on. Like, I'm not an alarmist. There's just some shit really going on. Inflation is up. People are going to be tighter with their money. And I don't want to see you fail. I don't want to see you have to go away. And that's what's going to happen to people. They're not making that change right now. They're just kind of being an ostrich and putting their head in the sand and be like, shit'll get better. It'll be fine. Like, it ain't going to get better. But there still is an opportunity when things get bad. But recognizing that what you do maybe isn't as special as you think. And that's okay. I'm the same way. I'm always learning. I'm always trying to do more to get better, but investing in yourself and investing in training and learning something different, niching out, specializing in what you do, you're going to be in a whole different level, because at the end of the day, the only way you're going to really grow is if you get more clients, you're able to charge more per client, and you're able to get them to buy more often. And I think that's what I'm going to cover on my next podcast, like the idea of that, because so many people, I see this shit all the time. They're like, oh, I'm booked out for the next 3 or 4 months, or like, here's a lottery to like get a spot in. I'm like, do you really think you're able to help people? And are you really getting ahead? Are you just kind of stuck on that verge of burnout where you're just redlining it all the time? And you're like, you know, I can only see so many people, but I'm making decent money. But it's like, what are you selling for that? Like, are you selling your health? Are you selling your mind? Are you selling your freedom? Are you not able to do the shit that you want to do in life and not have freedom? You can have that. Go grab my free training. Like I said, I'm just trying to be a different voice out there. And I understand people are really skeptical when I say cut your treatment times by 50% and easily double your income. That sounds like complete bullshit. And when I still say it to this day, I'm like, it really does. So it's not. I've done it with other people. I've shown it with other people. Go get the free training. Look at it, invest in yourself. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does cost you time. And if you really like it and you see it, there's other things that I can offer. We do coaching. I have in-person training. I am a CEU provider. I'm all that stuff. But I want you to see the value of what I can do. But that starts with believing in yourself first, helping get rid of some of those limiting beliefs and understanding that you don't want to get stuck in the commodity trap because you're not going to make it over these next couple of years. Hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. Share it with other people. Leave us a review, all that kind of stuff. And if you have any topics you want me to cover, send me a message. Always here to help. All the information is in the show notes to get the training. Subscribe to all the channels, all the socials, all that kind of stuff. I appreciate you guys listening to the podcast, and I will see you on the next one. Bye. Thanks so much for listening. If you want help on the path to being able to double your income, all while working 50% less and being taken seriously as a healthcare provider, I have some great resources for you. Number 1, get access to our free training modules and introduction to my system, the Peak Method. Number 2, subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Soft Tissue Revolution. Links to all of this can be found in the show notes. Lastly, if you like the show, please leave us a 5-star review and share it with others that you know it could help.